Hi there, my name's Andy Hillier and today's guitar lesson is going to be on Let You Go by Machine Gun Kelly. It's a really easy little song to play. I'm going to teach you the whole song. Just before I do though, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, it really does help me out. Give me a like on the video, leave me some comments in the comment section including any songs you'd like me to do next. And if you love what I'm doing and you want to support me and you want to print the tabs off for this, I'll put them on my Patreon page. I'll leave a link to that in the description. My guitar is in standard tuning and I've got a capo on fret number 1. The first line, it's nice and clean. Halfway through it just ends up distorted. So to start off, we want a nice clean sound. The first line sounds like this. So to play that, we're going to put our second finger on E3, first finger on A2, third finger on B3, and your little finger on E3 nearest to the floor. And you're going to play the E3, the A2, the B3, and then the E3. So you've got... And then you're going to move your third finger to D4 and your little finger to G4. And your first finger is going to stay on A2 because you're going to play the A2, then the D4, the G4, back to the D4. So it goes. So bar 1. And then into bar 2, you can either play this. So this is an A chord. You can either play it with your first, second, and third fingers. Or you could lay your first finger flat across the D, G and the B strings at the 2nd fret. So you play the open A string, then D2, then B2, back to G2. So first 4 notes of that go. And then if you're going to use your 3 fingers, move your third finger into fret 3 of the B string. And then back to B2. G2 and then D2. So the whole of bar 2 goes. I'd be tempted to play it with my first finger flat and then use my second finger on B3 when we play that note, so it goes. But either way you want to play it is fine. Into the next bar, second finger back to E3. You're going to use your third finger on B3 because you're going to play the low E3, the G string, the B3 and the G string, so it goes. And then we go to this B power chord again, which is A2, D4 and G4, and you just play down those notes. And then you're going to hit an A chord at the end of that bar, bar number 3. So bar 3 goes. And again you can play the A chord either with 3 fingers or your first finger flat. So the whole of that first line goes. And the next line of the intro starts the same, so the first bar's the same. This next bar changes slightly. We've got to play the open A string and B3 at the same time. And then G2, B3, and then G2. So if you're using a pick, you'd have to use a pick and finger to play 2 notes at the same time. Or if you're just using your fingers, you could just use your thumb and index finger. And then it plays another G2, a B3 and a G2. So bar 6 goes. Bar 7, you're going to play an A2, open D string, and then B3 and D. So it goes. And then another B3, a D, and then the A chord. So bar 7. So the whole of that second line you get. completes the intro. And then we get a more rocky sound, and we get this kind of chorus part which goes. So for that, we've got first finger E3, third finger on A5, hit the top two strings, just going twice, going like this. And then you're going to rest on the strings to mute them off, so you get. The next chord is your first finger A2, third finger D4. You can hit those two strings twice and then rest. So bar 9, you've got. Then bar 10, you're going to play the open A string with D2. 2 hits on that, and that's all we've got in that bar 10. So bars 9 and 10, you've got 2, 3, 4. Bar 11 is the same as bar 9, but you're going to put the A chord, the last chord that we hit, the open A with the D2, on the last quaver of the beat. So bar 11 goes. And it holds into on into bar 12. Don't play any notes in the brackets. The notes in the brackets are just held on. Okay, so the first line of the chorus goes like this. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Now the next line starts the same. Then we're going to go up to the 5th fret. So first finger on A5. Remember you've got a capo on fret 1, so it's where fret 6 normally is. So first finger A5, third finger D7, and you can hit those twice. And then you're going to play the D7 and A5 really quickly like this. And then you're going to play the D7 and go down to A4. So it goes. So bar 14 you get. So let's just play bars 13 and 14, you get. And then bar 15 is just like the previous line, doing the. So let's play the whole of that line. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Then it goes into the verse. Now the verse, we're just going to play the root note, and it just goes like this. So for that, we play E3 4 times, A2 4 times, then the open A string 8 times to get. And then bar 19, you're going to play the E3 4 times. And then the A2 just 3 times this time. And then play the open A string. So bar 19. And then in bar 20, you've got the A string 6 times. Then a beat's rest at the end. So the whole of that line should go. The next, actually one thing to point out, when it does the second verse, the last bar, you just play the open A's 8 times. There's no rest on the next time the verse comes around. Then the last line, similar idea, we play E3 4 times, then A2 4 times, A5 4 times, then the open A 4 times, E3 4 times, A2 3 times, and then the open A string once in that bar, and then another 8 times in the next bar. So the whole of that line goes. And give a little bit of a build on that last bar, and then it goes into the chorus, and then the verse, and then the chorus. It plays the intro line once, like the first line of the intro, and then goes to like the second line of the verse, and then the chorus to finish, and that's the whole song. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed this little guitar lesson, especially the person who requested this on one of my other videos. Thanks for the request. So if you've got any requests, put them in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Give me a like on the video as well, that helps it out. And if you love what I'm doing and you want to support me, you can support me on Patreon. I'll put the tabs for this and loads of other songs on there, so you can go and check that out and print them out so you've got them. Well, thanks for watching this. I've been Andy Hillier, and I'll see you next time.